My brothers and sisters, I have given a full thought after a gap of about 15 days when the torrential rains were there and you were busy in the agriculture operations in your farm, the sowing in Kharif season, the paddy, then cereals and the dicots, the leguminous crops, oil seeds, pulses and sugarcane and such other plantation crops. Friends, I have been reading in the newspaper that the farmers' sons or the farmers' girls, they do not get the compatible match for the marriage. The farmer's son is the last choice or practically no choice for him to get a girl. So I have tried to design a model for the small landholders, SLHF farmers, that is small landholders farmers, small land holding farmers. So under this what we are trying to show that when the farmer has got about half to one and a half or maximum to 2 acres of land, such landholders in India are to the tune of about 75% landholders. That means not only majority but maximum persons whose livelihood is dependent upon agriculture are the small landholders, and the vagaries of nature, the rainfall, the torrential monsoons, hot sun, the climatic changes erratically, then the fall of the monsoon and all of a sudden the cloudy weather in summer, and then the ole just falling in the winter season or in summer season and devastating the whole crop. Therefore I designed some small short duration and the crops for the small land farmers, holding farmers. So in my mind I have to start a series of crops to the tune of 10 to 20 crops are there in my mind, on which I shall give you for the whole year in all the 3 to 4 seasons. For example, if you start from the monsoon season right from June, May to June, the Kharif up to August, and then August to September, October, November and December, Rabi. Then summer starts again in January, February to just like Sankrant on 14th, the onset of sunrise is there. That means the summer starts and it lasts for up to March to April. And then there is again a short duration season. What we have discovered is between April, May and June. It's a very high, heavy temperature zone or temperature time, right from 38 to 45 degrees Celsius in various parts of the country and various parts of the world. And here, what the farmer should grow in a very small land holding, like 1 guntha, 2 guntha, 5 guntha, up to 10 gunthas. And you cannot say that there is dearth of water, but just sufficient water till the crop is just born, that means germinated, and then you have sown it in a plot of 1 guntha, 2 guntha, up to 5 gunthas. Then our technological sprays can make the crop to more sustainable in the odd conditions of hot weather, odd conditions of cold weather, or even the torrential rains of the monsoon season. So here I have chosen today the best crop of brinjal. Brinjal is a crop mostly liked by the farming community because this is very easily available. It comes from Solanum melanjana. Its botanical name is Solanum melanjana, and this is very easily palatable, acceptable, and it is liked by almost all the villagers, the farmers' houses in all parts of the country and in some other parts of the world. Now this crop, you know, if you have to make a seed bed for it in an ordinary seed bed, say 6 by 3, raised bed or even a flat bed, and then you can use kalpataru, and then after kalpataru you can just mix the seed or dibble the seed in such a way that at a 2-inch distance the seedlings they come up. They write the treatment, the germinator is to be given, the prism is to be given for 1 to 2 hours. When it is a cold season, then you have to make the lukewarm water. Lukewarm water means 70 degrees Celsius. Now, how to identify your last finger? If you just put it in a warm water, it will just that much temperature which you can just find is quite luxuriant for your bath. That temperature, in that temperature, you can put seed first, and then you can immerse it in prism and germinator. So let it dry on flat paper, small plastic paper. Seed will get 1 or 2 hours in a shade, and then you can dibble the seed in a seed bed, and within 8 days, 10 to 15 days, the seed germination will take place about 90% to more percentage, and it will be luxuriant. All seedlings will give a plumule and radicle. Radicle is the root portion and plumule is a shoot portion. So after that, when it attains the height about 1 inch to 2 inch, then about 1 ml, 1 liter of the Panchamrut or Saptamrut you can spray. 1 liter is also more for one seed bed, which will cover about 10 to 15 guntas or 20 guntas of seed material. This you can share between your friend, so you will not spoil the seedlings, and the man will also save on his initial expenses. Now, you can give to such 2 to 3 sprays, 1 milli, 1 liter, then after 15 to 20 days, 2 milli per liter, and after about 1 month or 21 to 30 to 45 days, you can give us the spray of Saptamruta 3 milli per liter. And where is a protectant, 1 teaspoon or 1/2 empty matchbox in the first spray, then 1 full 3/4 matchbox of protectant to be mixed, and it is to be just decanted after stirring well, and let the residues settle down, and you can use it in spray in a pump. And likewise then for the last spray, that is 3. Third spray you will use the 5 gram of protectant, or it will be full of a matchstick of protectant, and then again you immerse in water, and then you just decant it, and then you can use it. So these 3 sprays will give the full growth of the seedling with a dichotomous root proliferation. That means vertical penetration is more, but this science, as I told you some time back, that it has given the proliferation of the lateral roots also, and they are nearer, or they resemble to the Gramini family root, that is Trunadhanya. So there is a less percentage, or practically almost 0% of dying. There is 95 to 100% of survival. So then you can prepare the ridges and beds, ridges and furrows, and if there is some Vasa condition water, you just give this thing, immerse the seedlings in germinator and prism and little protectant, so that the soil-borne diseases and the fungus and the insecticides will be not coming, and then you can dibble in the ridge and furrow at a half portion of it. The seedlings, suppose is like this, and this is the ridge, and in the middle portion you don't use your thumb, because if you use the thumb, the bottom root they gets twisted, and then it creates a what is called the collar rot on the brinjal seedlings, and then it starts getting a rosette appearance in the apex, and there is a small scar, and then after 1 month or 2 months the plant gets collapsed, because due to her tension, it is in the reverse direction, the plant absorbs the nutrient and water, and this, it contains some salts, and the salt that cannot move upwards against the gravity, and therefore they get settled at the collar of the seedling where it touches the soil bed, and therefore it gets a cut, and the cut is therefore it's called as collar rot. And this collar rot could be controlled by making use of a spray of the Panjamrita by drenching. Drenching means you drench like this to the plant in such a way. For example, this is the plant and this is the reach. So normally when we were students and I was professor, we were teaching to drench like this. But this is a false thing. After my observation and experimentation research in this line, how to control the collar rot, which is not controlled very easily even by the chemical method. But this method is highly proof. And the drenching or जिसको बोलते हैं कि वो अड़वणीकरण है, तो you take the solution of germator and prism protected and a little of the remaining saptamrita and just make a round like this about 3 to 4 times depending upon the size of the plant, and then about 20 milli, say for example 1 tablespoon of vegetable that we can just pour in a glass, and then all this collar rot could be covered and the plant will not find any difficulty in its revival. Then when the crop becomes about 1 month, at the time of seedling, plantation, you can put about 1 teaspoon or 25 gram, 50 gram of kalpataru. And then after about 30 to 40 days, the crop will become about 9 inch to 12 inch, and depending upon the soil type and availability of water. And if you, at an interval of 10 days, if you spray the saptamrita 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 milli, and when 5 milli comes, that means at the time of 35 days, the flowering starts. And when the flowering starts, then the profuse flowering is there, and the initiation of the small fruit will come at the age of about 55 to 60 days. Normally it starts at the age of 45 days, but if there is some little difference, then 55 days is the optimum time I have taken when this brinjal is ready from this side to this side. So this brinjal is a crop of about 3 months, and you have to always bring it in such a way that on this onset of the summer, for example, you have to put the seedling in January, then you start the plantation in February, half month, and then March, April the crop starts coming. And at that time, when there is less water, the brinjal and all vegetables are scarce in the market for high temperature, that is summer season, hot temperature, and there is shortage of water all over India. And those who have got the availability of water and those who can make some drip method, and for a small landholder, you have got the your distillery water, empty water. So you put the stopper and fill the water and make a small hole. So to each plant, you can just tilt the water-filled bottle, and the water will start trickling at the bottom of the root zone of brinjal. So instead of going in for a costly drip irrigation system, I have given for a small landholder a very simple methodology. These bottles are available, so how you can make the use of plastic in a best manner, I have narrated you the best example that you can make best from the West. Instead of spoiling the environment, I have given you a lesson how you can enrich the environment, how you can get the best crop at a very negligible price by making the use of the empty plastic bottles after they are used. From there, the bistleri or the mineral water is used. We just throw it in the street or the dustbin, and that becomes a menace to the whole society. Lot of people have become innovative in utilizing this plastic, making the value addition toys, the other things as we discussed about the bamboo. Likewise, we have to find out the ways how the best could be brought out by making minimum expenditure. So this filling of water is quite possible, and in 2 to 3, 4 full buckets of water, you can bring the brinjal to the condition of harvesting this beautiful brinjal crop. Now this brinjal has got a thorn, and especially in India, this thorny or the spike and a good color, which is always light, and this typical, see the luster on this brinjal, it is very lustrous. As I sometime back talked, that you can see the face in this luster of a brinjal, and then this is very much a paying crop for all types of functions. When there are seminars or some gatherings or celebration of your birth anniversaries, then marriage anniversaries, and other functions. So this masala bangan is the most liked vegetable by all Indians all over all borders of India, and therefore this size of brinjal to the smallest, this size of brinjal is almost at a wholesale price, comes to off season, for example, to the season starting from March, April to June end or even July, because till August or September no fresh crop is available. So up to the end of July you can easily get about 30 to 40 rupees kilo of value for your brinjal. So and minimum not less than 20 rupees you will get. And this much amount of yield in 1 gunta, 2 gunta, 4 gunta, 5 to 10 gunta, up to 1 acre. I'll give some other solutions. You can take 5 to 10 gunta for this, 5 to 10 gunta for methi, fenugreek, spinach, and we have got such models which were described in our commodity books, that among the Shevga drumstick farmers, they have planted the crop having a patta paddhat, or in the band of Shevga or band of 6 feet, they can plant a leafy vegetable like fenugreek, like coriander, like spinach, like sepu, then palak, the chaulai, so many other leafy vegetables, they come within 2 months. So for those small landholders, they can get the best type of leafy vegetable as a mixed crop or as a strap crop, and it becomes very subsidiary to the small landholders of India. So likewise, in 2 guntas or 5 guntas, in 4 to 5 months, farmers have harvested about 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees by cultivation of these small landholders. Small time, that means within short time, he can get an ATM. So the farmers, people, should adopt such crops that they get a better yield within short time with less investment, less infection of insect and pest. Always we have to be very cautious in case of brinjal, that you have to put the prophylactic insecticide and fungicide like a herbal, like Ayurvedic protectant. When you spray it, there is less infestation of shoot borer, stem borer, or the fruit borer. The fruit borer cannot be seen, is not revealed, it gets hidden, and therefore from outwardly you can see the good appearance of fruit, but when the lady cuts the fruit, the fruit borer has gone inside, and therefore in order to combat, in order to act as a prophylactic measure, you have to spray invariably 1 day before the dark night, that is Amavasya day, and on the 1 day before the full moon night. On these 2 dates in a month, the infestation of diseases and paste is very, very profuse. And because I already narrated that when you go on such date, what I have said, that one day before of Amausya and one day before of full moon night, when you have made a trip in the farm, you will always see that the crop was excellent, that there was no attack of the caterpillars or the pest. And when you go in the morning, the all leaf lamina, which is lucid and very lustrous and very palatable, the latex caterpillar and the pest voraciously feeds like the grasshopper, and in the morning you see the crop is devastated and it becomes a menace to the farmer. So please take a note, and in such 3 to 4 months, these two dates along with the pesticide of the technological pesticide that is protected, and such other harmony like what you call it, the powdery mildew or the downy mildew, and then there is some blight, and for some other things you can just put harmony, and if at all there is a severe infestation of the top borer and shoot borer, then you can take a Splendor. But in a very rare case, we advise the Splendor because it has got little toxicity, but that toxicity can get vanished after about 8 days. That means after spraying the pesticide, you should not harvest the crop at least for 1 week. So that you take into mind, and therefore I stop here. यहाँ हम रुकते हैं कि सब काश्तकारों के लिए जो 5 गुंठे के लिए है 5 गुंठा, तो वो कम से कम 3 या 4 महीने में कम से कम 40,000 से लेकर 80,000 तक या 1 लाख रुपए तक एक 4 महीने में कमाई कर सकते हैं। एंड मेरे भाई और बहनों, देखो कि अपनी पढ़ाई जब कम होती है, ये पढ़ाई बोले तो ये एग्रीकल्चर स्किल ही है। मैं अभी एग्रीकल्चर स्किल के बारे में ही आपसे बातें कर रहा हूँ। ATM crops for the small landholder is an agricultural skill. So under agricultural skill now I am trying to narrate ATM crops of Dr. Bawasakar technology. So we stop here about the brinjal crop, and I then switch on my dissemination for the long range higher money return ATM crops for decades or more time period for say 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. Now I have chosen these 2 crops today. One is of orange, the lime, acid lime. This is Mallar lime. This is the innovation of about 15 to 20 years of innovation in this crop, citrus crop. Now, this is these seedlings are sown, planted at about 15 by 15 or 20 by 20, at about, and then you have to take a 1 to 2 feet pit and fill it as decided with a garbage, then a little of protectant, and then about 250 to 500 grams depending upon the soil structure and the fertility of the soil, that is physical fertility and biological fertility, not much of the chemical fertility, and put it, and then about the seedling is about 1 to 2 feet, dribble it properly. You can just bring the pit to Vasa condition, fill the soil totally with the good quality, the alluvial soil, and then make a small pit, cut the back, and then 1 to 1.5 feet or 2 feet of the Mallar lime seedling, you can just put it and just trample with your AD so that it gets fitted, and then you pour the germinator prism for drenching in order to activate the roots that are tertiary, and then the plant gets sustained or becomes live within a couple of weeks, one or 2 weeks. And in such a way, you can plant for about half an acre or 1 acre or even 10 guntas on the bund side, or even 15 by 15, so that this lime will, after 3 to 4 years, can fetch you the best price for each. And generally the season of this lime it starts in the month of February, March, April, May and June, and is the most optimum or the hot selling season. For example, the temperatures are very high in almost all, right from Rajasthan to Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Bihar, Patna to Dwarka, Gujarat and Somnath and Rajasthan, like Kota, Jaipur, Udaipur and whatnot. So likewise, in order to get the crop after 4 years, you have to just intermittently 4 to 5 or 10 sprays you have to give of the Saptamruta. About 4 to 5 sprays are sufficient. Now to take the season of the summer, you have to start making the preparation to cut the dead arms of this crop, give the shape up to 1 to 2 years in such a way that the ladies are able to weed out the crop, water it as usual, give intermittently 1 kilo of kalpataru. See the book of Santri, Mosambi and Limbu, that 100-page book which will give the fullest information when to apply the application of Saptamruta, then when to apply manure, and if the soil is highly infertile, then how to make use of the fertilizers and more water-soluble fertilizers. So Saptamruta you can spray while taking the season. You can just cut the branches, arm and the offshoots, water shoots that come during the period of June, July, August, and then August, July, you can cut the dead arm and make sure that the sprays of Saptamruta are taken. Then you have to add about 1 to 2 kilo of kalpataru as organic manure. Then you use the earthworm manure, and thirdly, you can use even the farmyard or compost of about 1 to 2 baskets, and accordingly just give a tarn, what you call, जिसको बोलते कि पानी उसका तोड़ दीजिए और फिर 1-2 महीने उसको रेस्ट देने के बाद फिर उसको the flowering starts in the month of September after the heavy torrential rains of the September or the Hasta Nakshatra. And then after 1 and 1.5, you will see a beautiful white small flowers are coming and it will give a good fragrance. And in such a way, you have to go on spraying at an interval of about 21 days, the Saptamruta spray, so that they will bear a small like Kajanas Kajan or Tur like, or even little smaller like Rhoda. The flowers, the fruits, flowers will bear the fruits, and these fruits will also give a small fragrance. And in order to, there is a always problem of the drop of the fruits, small fruits, and this, in order to avoid the dropping of the small fruits, you can spray Thriver, crop shiner, germinator, little ripener to start the apical initiation of the bud and get a good growth. And after that, you can add little harmony, splendor, in order to avoid infestation with a disease and pest, and Nutatone to increase the size of the fruits. So, Thriver, crop shiner, Nutatone will increase the size and the quality juice, the high quality of juice, more of the juice, and the less of seed, and see the luster of this lime, and you will see it has got the weight is about 80 to 100 gram of each lime, and this one lime is sufficient for 10 members of family in a day at a time. So you can just get good crop in summer, right from March, April to May end or even to June, because summer lasts up to June, and therefore in these 4 months you can get a wonderful money out of this permanent ATM crop like lime. And my dear friends, we have got the records of such crop being available in a long-standing way, right from 10 years of giving fruiting time to 15 to 20 years, provided you take the utmost care of the stems which are in the month of after the harvest in May and before the onset of monsoon. You can put it with the Black Ox or the copper oxychloride mixed in water and just smear it like a paint so that the disease occurrence and gammosis and yellowing of the leaves and such other problems, deficiency of iron disease and other diseases is resolved, and automatically the crop gets good, canopy is good, and then the deformities are not there, and there is no flower and fruit drop, because after onset of flowering in the Hasta Nakshatra, if again there is the rainfall is there, then all the flowers they get dropped, and therefore there is again no crop in the coming ensuing April or May season. So always you have got any difficulty, we have got our Krishi Vigyan Kendra, and we have got about a team of about 100 people in various districts and various states of India to guide you, and you can contact our corporate office at Pune, and we make the case paper as in other cases also I have said, and we make your case paper. We try to diagnose, and after diagnosis we give you the cause of the it and how the remedy could be resolved, and not just we try to make the symptoms disappear, but we remove the cause. So to hit on the roots and not on the branches in order to eradicate the disease and the incidence of deformity and infestation of pests. And that's how this is an ATM crop for the medium landholders. And the landholders who have got much more ample water, and they can be called as the Bagaitdar. And like the Bagaitdars from Kolhapur and various parts of state and other parts of India, people will feel more enriched with the crop when they see that it has been applied with the technology, and when they enjoy the crops beauty, when they enjoy the sharbat, when they enjoy the sudaras made out of this. And I just do not want to sell you these limes only in the market, but you can make the pickles. I am giving you the value addition. How you can make value addition? You make a small process industry in the villages, and you can make your own businessman. The agriculture landholder, medium type, can become an industrialist in agriculture, and therefore the people will run after you to honor you, decor you, adorn you, and therefore this is the one medium type, 10 to 15 year of lime, acid lime. And third crop I have chosen now. This is all this crop is from our farm. This is also from our farm. Now this is another crop of pomegranate, which I have talked about some time back. Now one of the farmer from Ustal Damala of Shirur Taluka, who was with us, and he has used the technology for the first year. He has taken this crop, and it is the Bhagwa. And in the same way as we have talked about this crop, this is a medium to high range, that means from 5 to 10, 15, 20 years this crop can give you the yield. And this season he has already harvested this now recently, and you can get this four months back. For example, say the February, March, April, May and June. So if it is in February, March or April, February, then you can harvest it in the month of June or July. So now for this Bhagwa, what is done? People are making a mistake of getting a high density plantation. For example, 10 by 10, 10 by 8, and then they get the incidence of thalia, or there is a necrosis. And therefore, lot of gardens, orchards of pomegranate are getting devastated, and their manifestation, there is manifestation of necrosis, which is called thalia, and it's a very dangerous disease that has occurred in the last 15 years. And therefore, you have to always use this spacing of 15 by 15 or minimum by 14 by 14 that you have advocated. And then you can make the goodies or the layers and plant in 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 pit in a usual fashion, which I talk, and drench it with a germinator and prism in such a way that it is just properly trampled with this root zone, and then you can drench it with the germinal prism and protectant, so that all your tertiary and secondary roots will get activated, and within a week's time or 15 days time, the plant seedlings will get settled. And then you see, you can start giving the sprays after about 1 month after the Saptamrita, if there is no apical initiation of the bud, or there is a leaf growth is stunted, then you can use the ripener. Otherwise, you are getting satisfactory growth of the apical bud initiation, then you need not use ripener. But in another way, at an interval of about 15 to 20 days, you can make about 3 to 4 sprays and attain a height of about 4 feet, 5 feet, and make the clipping of the unwanted branches right from the bottom. Keep only 3 shoots to 4 shoots permanently, so that the total, after clipping the offshoots of the pomegranate plant, the plant attains a size and shape of an umbrella. So the plant is given intermittently at an interval of 1 month, the kalpataru, half kilo, 1 kilo, 1.5 kilo, and drip irrigation, or whenever you want to take the bahar treatment, then you give a shock by cutting the water for about 1 month to the light soil, and about 1.5 months to 2 months for the deep soil or medium black soil. But we don't allocate to the farmer to apply or plant the pomegranate seedling in a deep black soil or a black cotton soil, because there is more chance of keeping water holding, and pomegranate crop has got the 3 important points which are adverse for other orchards or the irrigated crops. For example, the high temperature between 30 to 40 degrees, then second is less irrigation or less water, less availability of water, and third is high temperature and light soil. So these are the 3 adverse conditions for other orchard crops, and therefore these are the majority adverse conditions available all over India, and not only in Maharashtra, not only Karnataka, not only in MP, but in the remote place, desert place of Rajasthan, with the educated people. We have given them a courage, and we have showed after experimentation that how this technology can come out with the beautiful harvest of reaping in a deserted soil of that land. We have not made the deserted lands to blossom, but the distressed mind of the people, when they look to their lands and to their plantation, which is desiccated, doesn't bear any luxurious foliage, canopy. We have not only tried to enlighten, luxurify, blossom the plants with the beautiful sweet fruits like this, but we have enlightened, we have lit the light of courage, confidence. Never get defeated, never say no, be always positive, and this mantra is the real tantra to reach to the success in life, conquering all the obstacles. They are not obstacles, but they are the opportunities for tomorrow. And therefore, my people, my ladies and gentlemen, be courageous, be bold, and never get frustrated. Tomorrow, the light and success torch is in your hand, and it will take you a long way to give the exemplary lesson to the vicinity where you dwell and glorify your region. Thanks a lot.